everybody, my name is Axel and welcome back to Redesigning OCs. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. There is a really old MLP OC that I've had saved for quite a few years now because I have a habit of saving things I find interesting or bad because I'm obsessive. And I came across my save file for this character and now I want to rewrite and redesign her. So I'm going to go through her original design and bio and then rewrite and redesign her. So let's get started. Here is the character's original design. Very bright neon colors. She's an alicorn and her cutie mark is a star. I think that's called a beam note and a knife. Now green, pink, purple, and red isn't a bad color palette, and if these colors weren't really gross neons, this wouldn't be the worst design out there. It would just be kind of plain, which isn't always a bad thing. Unlike most people, I don't have an issue with the character being an alicorn. I do have an issue with how she became one, but we'll get to that. The cutie mark is lackluster, boring, and the knife is ridiculous, but again, that's a bio issue. The scar and the reason she has it is yikes, and I think this was either made by a troll or a young kid who didn't know any better. But guys, don't put self-harm or self-deletion attempts in a bio unless it's important to the character and you know what you're doing. This character did not need either of these things, and it was just added for shock value and character sympathy points, which didn't work. It just came off as insensitive, like those Tumblr emo girls who would self-harm to be quirky or carve people's names into their arms. If you know exactly what I'm talking about, then I apologize. You've had to go through the same trauma as I did. Alright, now moving on to the character's bio. Once upon a time, there was a sweet little filly named Neon Flowers. Everyone loved her because she was good at sports and music class. But as she grew up, she noticed that whenever someone else got hurt, it made her happy. If someone fell down on the playground, it gave her pleasure. I really hate that that word is used here, but we'll deal with it, I guess. So she even started to cut other fillies with scissors to feel happy. Still, that gave her detention and the teacher got her expelled from school. Off to an interesting but not great start. I don't mind super dark evil MLPOCs, it's whatever, but this was just added to try and make the character cool. And I'm putting cool in quotations. At least I'm pretty sure that's the reason. I used to make characters just like this, and my mindset for making them crazy murderers who liked hurting people was always, man, that would be so badass if they just kill people for fun, because I was a dumb child and didn't have a decent sense of right and wrong. And that tends to be the case for most kids, or young teens who like to make OCs like this. But Neon Flowers had enough and stabbed the teacher with a long pair of scissors. The teacher died. Her parents called Princess Celestia to see if the princess could help their daughter. Princess Celestia said that she had potential to be the next princess. She gave Neon her wings and horn to see if that would satisfy her, but Neon still had the urge to inflict pain to others. So one night she snuck into the princess's room and stabbed her with her horn. That's why there is blood on her horn and wings. Oh boy, and this is the part that made me think this could have been made by a troll, but also if you don't have a good sense of writing, something like this could be seen as totally reasonable. But this is ridiculous. No way in the 7 rings of hell would Celestia see a child attacking and killing people and think to herself, ah yes, this violent child would make an excellent princess. Let's give her her wings and horn now before she proves herself to be worthy and give stupid amounts of power to a mentally unstable filly. 'Cause that's reasonable. And then Neon kills her, and that's why her wings are red and there's blood on her horn. Even if she decided to not wash that off, it wouldn't be bright red like that. It would dry and be much darker and have a brown shade to it. Princess Celestia died and so did Luna. She didn't kill Twilight because she is my second favorite pony after Fluttershy, but then she realized that Luna and Celestia are the ones who care about her. She cried and cried. She escaped the castle and made a knife from magic. She tried to cut off her leg. She bled for a long time before she saw Vinyl scratch. Vinyl helped her and brought her to her DJ studio. Vinyl helped change Neon Flowers to Neon Blaze because it's more cool. Neon thought Vinyl was hot and she realized she was bisexual. If you don't like that, then deal with it. I just am now realizing the irony of posting this during Pride Month. Happy Pride Month, by the way, everybody! She told Vinyl, but Vinyl had a mare friend already, Octavia, so she became depressed and killed Octavia. Vinyl was sad at first, but then she realized Neon was way prettier than Octavia, and all the others too, so they were dating now. After killing Octavia, doing music with Vinyl, she got her cutie mark. She still kills as a hobby, but now most of her time is with Vinyl making dubstep music. Ah, yes, because I too would be totally okay with someone I just met killing my girlfriend, and then I would date that person who killed my girlfriend. That makes sense. Okay, that bio was a doozy. Jeez, I forgot how ridiculous this was. Okay, I have the basic idea for my rewrite and redesign now, so let's get into that. First, I renamed her to Nymphea Flowers. Nympheas are water lilies, if you don't know, and her special talent is growing plants. She has a green thumb, or hoof, if you will. I'm hilarious. For her design, I kept the colors the same, but I changed the shades so they're no longer neons. Neons aren't bad, but I didn't want to even try to get them to work for this design. Too much effort, not enough spoons to mess around with the colors that much. I made 2 different designs for her, which aren't super different from each other. The first design I drew is her before she became a villain. She kind of looks like Pony Poison Ivy, but with pink hair instead of red, now that I'm looking at it. But she has a pretty simple design, nothing too special here. And I made her a unicorn because it fit best for the rewrite I had in mind, instead of keeping her as a earth pony as she was in the original before she became an alicorn. Now for the second design I did, I'm sure you all have questions, which I will hopefully answer. But as you can see, her hair is a bit shorter in the other design, and she has dark red wings sewn to her body, and her horn is cracked. She has scars on her chest. I was going to give her more scars, but honestly, I was tired when I got to this point, so I didn't bother. Her cutie mark was the only thing I didn't have a plan for, so I played with the design for a while before I just settled on 3 purple-blue flowers, because I couldn't think of anything else. Nymphea, when she was a filly, had problems with controlling her anger and would lash out violently when angry and would get into a lot of fights. She preferred to be alone in her greenhouse with her plants instead of being around other ponies who would just make her mad. Because she spent so long taking care of plants, she is very good at using magic to grow plants and even cross plant DNA to get new plants or new fruits. Celestia saw this filly and decided to take her in, like she did with Sunset and Twilight, to train her. Her magic was strong, and all she really needed was to make friends and learn how to handle her anger better. Nymphea was ecstatic to be noticed by the princess, and her training began. Celestia saw a lot of potential in Nymphea and hoped that she could help her make friends and forget her anger. Or at least control it better. Everything was going pretty okay for a while. Nymphea's anger had gotten under a bit more control, and she made some friends. Her magic was growing stronger and her studies were going well. Up until Celestia made a passing comment about how Nymphea reminded her of an ancient alicorn, an alicorn whose magic and talents centered around nature and the earth. Then Nymphea's obsession began. She started doing a lot of research on alicorns and how they can be made, and ended up convincing herself that she was meant to be the next alicorn of nature. She stopped seeing her friends, and she stopped trying to healthily address her anger whenever she started to get frustrated and started destroying things when she got upset. Celestia saw the rapid decline of her student and reached out asking why she was isolating herself and destroying things. Which Nymphea told her that she didn't have time for friends if she was going to be an alicorn. Confused, Celestia asked her what she meant and how she got it in her head that she was going to be an alicorn. Nymphea began ranting, saying how Celestia told her that she reminded her of that nature alicorn and how her talent was the exact same as that alicorn's, and that meant she was meant to be the next nature alicorn. Obviously, because that's a logical conclusion to come to. And if she was going to achieve that, she couldn't waste time on friends or anything else other than focusing on getting stronger. Celestia stopped her ranting and banned Nymphia from the library and from studying until she could calm down and think rationally, because she never said Nymphia would be an alicorn before she left. This was a mistake. Really mentioning the alicorn in general was a mistake, but one Celestia didn't realize would send Nymphia spiraling like she did. And it was just going to get worse. Furious, Nymphia destroyed her room and cut her hair, and she was distraught for the next few days, until she decided that if Celestia wasn't going to make her an alicorn, she would make herself one, and she left Canterlot. Now, I know she goes to the Everfree Forest to try and get control of the forest to prove herself powerful enough to become an alicorn, which is how she got those scars. She ended up getting attacked by timberwolves. She realizes that she'll probably never get strong enough to prove herself worthy of alicorn status, so she gets herself wings and sews them onto her body and controls them with magic. From there, I'm not sure which route I want to take for how she got the wings. Do I want them to be fake? She made them from fabrics and feathers and stuff like that. Or do I want her to get them from a living creature like a bird or another pony? Either way, once she has these fake wings, she makes her way back to Canterlot and confronts Celestia and attempts to kill her and take her place as princess. This obviously doesn't work. Nymphia is exhausted and has nowhere near the strength to take on Celestia, and during the fight, her horn cracks. Celestia defeats Nymphia and seals her away inside a tree in the Everfree Forest so she can't hurt anyone or herself ever again. And that's my pretty basic idea for Neon Blaze's rewrite. I hope you enjoyed. She was fun to redesign and rewrite, and I think I did a pretty good job for just kind of jotting down ideas for what I could possibly do for her rewrite. Hey, if you're interested, I sell adoptables on a second Instagram account, and I currently have commissions open. As of this video, they're actually going to be going on sale pretty soon, so keep an eye out for that. And now for the end of the video question. I didn't forget this time. What's your favorite movie or movie series? I have two, the Planet of the Apes series and The Grudge, except for the 2020 Grudge movie. That was a disgrace to the series and I hate it. But that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you are new, because if you don't, I'm going to steal your toes. Goodbye.